Welcome to the Steelers by the Lake podcast. My name is James Strong, joined once again by my co-host Cody Tanner. Cody, how are you on this fine Monday morning?
Yeah, it's fine. Bye week Monday morning, James. I'm doing decent, doing good. Ready for it feels weird not watching the Steelers play, but I'm happy the bye week was early this year. I'm happy for that. So hopefully some changes have been made, but I'm doing swell, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing okay, man. Steelers needed that bye week. I think we needed that bye week. People needed that bye week to give themselves the opportunity to step up to the plate for us. And several of you did so already at voting for us in Erie's Best Podcast. Again, if you're looking for a link for that, we'll have that posted on our page. I think it's already on our Facebook page, among other places. First off on my list, Ryan Savage. Appreciate the vote there, my friend. So you get your shout out. Also, Cindy Tanner.
Yeah.
Appreciate it very much. And then a third person, a very special person to this podcast.
Yes. My sweet, loving, amazing, gorgeous, beautiful girlfriend. Thank you for that. I appreciate her for taking the time out of her busy schedule and doing that. She's a busy girl. She's finishing up some school, doing 3 jobs, sometimes 4, depending on what's going on. Busy girl. She's got it going on. So we appreciate all the votes for us, and we hope that you guys continue to do that. Again, that link is posted on our Facebook page, and will be posted at the on the description of this episode as well. So if you guys need that, it will be there. But we have Steelers news to talk about now, James. Big time Steelers news.
That's it, man. We've been excited, hoping to hear that this would happen. Both Diontae Johnson and Anthony McFarland return to practice today. This starts their 21-day window where they can be removed from the injured reserve. That does mean that if they're not removed from it within 21 days, that they remain on injured reserve for the rest of the season, and there's no bringing them back. So you pray that they don't have any re-injuries or anything like that, but looks very promising, especially since both of them said that they wanted to come back and play after the bye week. So great to hear both of those names back in action in practice today.
Yep, very exciting for that. Another person that vows to come back to play against the Rams, Mr. Pat Freiermuth, has basically said, I'm coming to play. I will be playing against the Rams. So he is basically saying, I'm coming back. So we got Diontae Johnson and Anthony McFarland on the return. Pat Freiermuth now coming back as well, hopefully for this next week, and just exciting things to look for. James, some not so exciting news for the podcast is that we had a bye week, and the 3 teams that are in our division did not. That's not bad. Unfortunately, those 3 teams won.
Yeah, all 3 of them. What the heck, man?
All 3 of them.
And honestly, I felt like some of those matchups were really favorable for those teams to lose, like Browns versus Niners. Let's talk about that one first, man. I thought for sure the Niners would just absolutely boat race the Browns. In fact, their first possession, they went right down the field and got a touchdown very easily. But then shortly after, Christian McCaffrey went down with an injury, and Deebo Samuel went down for an injury, and they just kind of fell apart. So even though they were leading going into the fourth quarter there, unable to complete the victory, even having a shot at a field goal at the end of the game, which I don't think it was even that long of a field goal, and the dude missed it.
Yeah.
Didn't even get blocked or anything.
Yeah, very, very wild. And here's the thing. The Browns were also using a backup quarterback by the name of P.J. Walker, who got his NFL debut off of his performance in the XFL, actually, I believe it was. Or maybe it was a different
AAF. Yeah, AAF first COVID year, yeah.
And PJ Walker, when I read this to you, 18 to 34, that's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. 192 yards, okay. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The 49ers lost to that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Very, very,
Brock
very
Purdy had his worst game of his career.
And it still wasn't that bad. But
I mean, 12 of 27 for 125 yards and 1 pick. Also one touchdown.
And 1 touchdown.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
We've seen worse. I mean, you've seen like 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions for some quarterbacks, but like, it's wild. It was absolutely wild. And then you have what? Go ahead.
I feel like the calling card for Purdy so far has been how accurate he's been. So to be sub
That's true.
500% on his completion percentage like that is pretty surprising to me.
Yeah, that's fair. And then you look at the game that happened before that, actually, the Ravens playing the Titans in London. I did not expect Baltimore to come out to, I think they were up, what was it, 18-3 at halftime or something stupid.
Yes.
The Titans just
18-3.
couldn't, Titans just couldn't get anything going. I mean, even the fact that, Derrick Henry had 12 carries for 97 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 8 yards a carry, but like, what the heck? Ryan Tannehill had a bad game. Malik Willis came in and wound up playing and played okay, but like, these were just games that you expected to be either closer than they were. The Browns game definitely should have been an L for Cleveland, and unfortunately it wasn't. But I just don't know what happened with these teams. It's like, hey, the Steelers have a chance to go up in the division more. Let's make sure they don't. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, what the heck, man? That was crazy to me. I felt like this is the one that I expected. I kind of expected the Ravens to win. I felt like they were the better team over the Titans, but the Titans didn't really put up as much of a fight as I was hoping they would.
Yeah.
So tough to see that. And then the Bengals versus the Seahawks. I felt like, all right, man, Seahawks are having a good year. Let's see if they can steal one. And I think they had the lead at one point too in this game. But
yeah, they did at halftime. It was 14. No, excuse me, not at halftime. I think it was before halftime. I think it was 10-7
were they
at some
up
point.
10-7 at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and just a close game, 17-13, the final score with the Bengals coming out on top. All three division opponents of the Steelers finding a way to get another win this weekend, just making things more difficult for Pittsburgh and them actually falling out of first place in the division because of it.
Yeah, and that's only because Baltimore hasn't had their bye week yet, but we'll see what happens with that moving forward because we do own the tiebreaker against them for now. But Geno Smith in the Seahawks game, Geno Smith was having a great year last year, was having a decent year this year. He came out, put over 300 yards in the passing game, but then threw 2 interceptions. Like, what the heck? I just felt like a lot of teams underperformed, especially, the 49ers and now the Seahawks were 2 teams that I thought easily should have been able to get wins. But the Bengals, the Bengals have done this, the last 2 or 3 years? Where they come out super slow?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The last 2 years for sure, they started off losing games and then just got their momentum going. 2 interceptions by this Bengals defense, and they're the secondaries where I had the biggest question mark for them since they lost both starting safeties in the offseason. But who gets the interceptions? Mike Hilton, of all people, and Cam Taylor-Britt, who's a young outside corner for them. So their guys stepped up to the plate, man. That's the way it's got to work if you're going to win in the NFL. You got to have contributions from everyone, and teams putting up their worst performances of the season against our division opponents this week, which is just, oh man, what a kick in the nuts, huh?
Yeah, it was very upsetting. And then, so just to kind of we're discussing the AFC North as a whole. To discuss next week, the Ravens are playing the Lions. That's a game that I think they should potentially lose. Lions are playing fairly well this year. There's a chance. I shouldn't say they should. I shouldn't say they should lose, but there's a chance. Browns are playing the Colts. The Colts are kind of getting in a rhythm, kind of not. Depends on the week, honestly. That should be a tough game for them. And then I believe the Bengals are on a bye next week, and then they come back and play San Francisco. So that'll be interesting to see. And then obviously we have the Rams in Los Angeles. So it's going to be an interesting week for the AFC North.
Absolutely, it will be. Yeah. Speaking of interesting things and AFC North, this upcoming Wednesday in 2 days, we're going to be back at it again live on the Pro Sports Fans app, which you can download onto your mobile device, Android or Apple. Join us. It's going to be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, of course. And it's a live interactive show. We'll be talking during the show, giving updates on what's going on throughout the week, maybe talking some of the other AFC North teams as well. And we want your questions. We want you to be interactive with us. That's the whole point of this. It's kind of like a Facebook Live where you can just put your messages in there in the comments, and then we can answer any of your questions, or just you can totally interact with us through the whole thing. So the more of you, the merrier on the show. So feel free to join us on that.
Yeah. And And then also, just to put a little teaser out for this as well, Pro Sports Fans app is also having an AFC North kind of roundtable discussion for specifically our 4 divisional teams: Steelers, Bengals, Ravens, Browns. So all those fans are kind of coming together to have a show that will be Thursday, the 19th this week at 8 p.m. So they'll be doing all AFC North teams kind of having a discussion. I'll be working, but I'll try to hop in for that to kind of see what's going on with those people and see what kind of bull crap the Browns fans are saying now that they, Deshaun Watson's the answer, but we won with PJ Walker. Like, I don't know. Yeah. We're gonna see.
We'll be talking happens. Super Bowl again, no doubt.
Probably. But then also we will be having a show at the end of the week again for you guys, just like this. We will be recording on Friday for the show and the look ahead for the Rams this Sunday. I believe that's a 1:00 kick. Am I wrong?
4:00.
4:00. So it's probably like 4:05 or something stupid.
It is 4:05. Yeah.
Yep. I hate those. It's like 4:05, 4:15, whatever. But no, super excited for that game. There's a lot of things to talk about, especially with some of the newer weapons they have on offense and some of the veterans they have on that defense. So it's going to be a big test for us coming out of the bye week to see what happens. Did we make changes to the offensive scheme? Did the defense figure out how to consistently stop the run game? There's going to be a lot of questions that hopefully will be answered in a positive light, not a negative one. James, you got anything else?
Just that we're going to be giving you all the info as far as the matchups, what to look for in that upcoming game. We should have a much better idea. Might even have some guys off of the injured reserve at that point. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that we'll see that. So looking forward to that show, looking forward to the matchup against the Rams and the midweek mayhem show on Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Yeah, again, a short show because of the bye week. There's not a whole lot to talk about, just kind of the injury updates and what the AFC North other teams, division rivals did. But that's going to end this show, wrap it up. So we can't thank you guys enough again for voting. If you voted for us for best podcast out of Erie, PA, we thank you guys enough again. Can't thank you enough. Again, that link will be posted in the description and it's on our Facebook page. We will reshare that so you have it. Again, make sure you guys like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Subscribe and ring the bell. It is free, FREE free. And until next time, this is your host, James and Cody, signing off.
Peace.